Coming on the subway, it's the A or the C. Or coming down Broadway, the 1, 2, or 3. Jump off at the 72nd Street stop. From there, Central Park is just a real short hop through strawberry fields. Head on up to the lake where 1,000 New Yorkers are taking a break. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Roger Bartlett! Mr. Ron Sunshine. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Hey, Jeff Van Nostrand! All afternoon, if I don't get arrested, play anything from folk to rock and roll. I've been stomping my foot so long I'm digging a hole. But I'll tell you what I've decided to do. If you keep showing up, then I will too. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself or bring your little honey. Sit down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Dodger, take it again. I used to go against the wind, but that's no way to fly. Flapping my wings, I get no place, no matter how hard I try. But when I just give in and go to where the blowing breeze has planned, you know I find a better place wherever I might land. Some people fly in circles, crying life is so unfair. Convinced that if they're over here, all the good stuff must be over there. Not me, I know there's a vein of gold right where I stand, and I find that if I look wherever I might land. I was always told, and now I finally found, that when I leap and it appears before I hit the ground, I don't spend one day looking back with regret, cause each bridge I burned led to a place that I'd just as soon forget. Yeah, it was on people look back at their glory days, so much it makes them cry. Some look ahead with fear and dread to things they'll probably never try. Not me, bring it on, cause I can whenever I get to wherever I might land. Look at where I landed, in this room with you tonight. No matter what's going on out there, I know it's gonna be alright. 'Cause though it took some time to know, I finally understand that I'm gonna find love wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. Wherever I might land. It's dark and it's lonely, and you feel like you're the only one who's felt this desperation, like your own brand of the blues. It's hell when you're in there, I can tell you 'cause I've been there, and I've known the same frustration. But I've got some real good news. You feel like you fell in a well of hopelessness and fear. So why the hell would I jump in and join you way down here? 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. You can sit here in the darkness till you think that you're okay. But then it's time to move, 'cause I'm not making plans to stay. There's a way. Think no one understands you. You're so convinced life hands you one bad break after another and keeps you on the floor. But now you've got the choice to keep on listening to those voices, or maybe listen to a brother who's been down here before. We can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. 'Cause there's a way out of here, though you don't believe that's true. But years ago, a friend showed me just like I'm showing you. It's hard to see what's possible when you feel this way. But things look so much clearer standing in the light of day. There's a way. Here, but it's gonna be up to you to show someone else that exit door just like I'm showing you. You can sit and curse the darkness, but the darkness stays the same. Or get off your ass and we'll go out the same way that I came. 'Cause there's a way.
Hi, guys. Here we are again. I wish there were more words, or better words, that I could use to impart to you how really, truly grateful I am to see you guys. I think like a lot of you. Again, I'm having the weirdest day. But every day is just odd. This is another Saturday. It's another sunny Saturday in August when, in a former incarnation, I was that guitar man from Central Park, and that's not the case this year. That's not the case today. And if there's one thing this pandemic has probably done for a lot of people, and I'm lucky, I've had a head start at living in the moment, really practicing living in the moment, keep bringing my human brain back to the moment, just to the present moment, living one day at a time, one moment at a time. I've had practice doing that for about 28, 29 years now. I think a lot of people are catching up with the notion that today is the only day, and we can name it anything we want: Saturday, Tuesday, Warren, Sheila, you know. So it's a day, and one of the wonderful things that I was just thinking about just before we went live is that, and I've talked about words in sets of three, like I love you and I was wrong, and it's just us. I don't care if there's 7 of us here today. I really, truly don't. It's 7 of us that are going to share music and share time together, spend time of our life together today. So let's just see what happens. I noticed that Hector is in the Facebook chat. Somebody told me that he was bouncing back and forth. Hi, Hector. And I saw that Loredana is in the Facebook chat. I should let anybody that's watching on Facebook right now know is that we're just going to make this up as we go along, you know. But I always do look down this way at the chat room. But the only chat room I can really see until we master the Restream integration is the YouTube chat. We call it the cool kids table in the high school cafeteria, but that's the main chat that I can see. I noticed that Sean is here, back in the lifeguard chair. Sean, you're in the lifeguard chair, brother. We got no Brandon today. So let's just start sharing some music. I have some interesting things going on today. It's just so good to see you guys. Seriously. Let me just start with this song and we'll find out who's new and which regulars are here. If anybody's here for the first time. Wake up, Susie, put your shoes on, walk with me into this light. Finally this morning I'm feeling whole again. It was a hell of a night just to be with you by my side, just to have you near in my sight, just to walk a while in this light, just to know that life goes on. Wake up, Susie, put your shoes on, walk with me into this light. Another night has gone, life goes on, another dawn is breaking. Turn and face the sun, one by one. The world night has given away to the promise of another day, another day, another chance that we may finally find our way, another day. Old sun has begun to melt all our fears away, another day, another day. Oh, wake up, Susie, put your shoes on, walk with me into this light. All right, you guys know what to do during this song. It's our little welcome, a little global pandemic welcome song. It's just us. Let's just kick back and relax. And during this song, if you're a regular and you've been here before, you know what to do. First name, where in the world you are. If you're in another country across the ocean, tell us where you're at. If you're in another state, from here to California to Hawaii to Alaska, tell us where you're at. If you're in Manhattan, or if you're in New York City, or in the tri-state area, tell us what neighborhood you're in. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can actually see the chat room. And we'll see who's here today. We'll see if we got friends of ours across the ocean. Hey, Bob Bard is here. I went to high school with Bob Bard. Bob Bard is a nice guy. Jana is here from Midtown East. Karen Levine is here from Westchester. Ain't no use to keep taking abuse when the news is so unkind. You can hang out with me and some friends that you need who will help you through this troubled time. Just reach on out, show up online, let us know that you're ready to go. There ain't no dues and you can leave your blues behind. Let's have a little peace of mind. Yeah. Peace of mind. The Netherlands is here. Indian Trail, North Carolina. Edison, New Jersey. What's going on, David Hayase? There comes a time you just might find your heart is sinking like a stone. Well, you don't have to pretend that you're not missing your friends. You're starting to feel alone. Make no mistake, for your very own sake, here's a little thought for now. Kick off our shoes, let our thoughts be kind. Willie is here from Maine. Hey, Willie! Let's have a little peace of mind. Peace, yeah, peace of mind. Super Sniggle. Castle Rock, Colorado. Super Sniggle. Do we have a first name, Super? Have you been with us in Central Park? Is this anybody's first time hanging out with us online? Hi, Katie. Hey, Gretchen. Hey, Allison, some folks you find will speak a mighty good line. They'll charm you all the way. They'll take you along on a sweet, sweet song and steal your heart away. But blessed be the one who can understand why people have to act that way. 'Cause if I knew, I wouldn't want to say but I'd lay even money that they're a Trump supporter. Let's give us, the rest of us, peace, little peace of mind. Yeah. Peace, yeah, peace of mind. All we need is peace, a little peace of mind. All we really get together online for, all we really spend this time together is for some peace. Chris is here from Leicester, England, so the UK is in the house. Right now we got Castle Rock. What is it, Castle Rock, Colorado, Debbie? Willie is in Maine. I haven't seen Florida yet. Is Florida here? Oh, there's Emmett, right? He's in Florida. Oh, no, is Emmett in Florida? No. Where is Emmett? I don't remember. Dave Hayasi's in Jersey. Sean is in the lifeguard chair. Did I see Allie yet? Did I see Mama Allie? And my dear, sweet friend Rhea. I know that for a fact that Dean is not going to be here today. He's driving from Ohio back to Manhattan. Maybe he's got us on in the car, but Dean, if you're listening to us, watch the fucking road and do not text. Nancy's here. Oh, this is so cool. So we've got both sides of the ocean covered. And we've got Maine. I didn't see Andrea yet from California, but Allison's in California, right? Allison, you're in California. So we got the lower 48 covered. Debbie in Colorado, one of the things we do here, which is actually kind of cool, all of these people in this chat room are getting to know each other, even though most of them have never met. For years, for 28 years, I've been that guitar man from Central Park. When I went to high school with Bob Bard and actually there was usually some, David Jacobs is my age, but Jackie, Bob, do you remember Jackie Belmonte? She was 2 years younger than us. She and her husband hang out here. But I, for the past 28 years, I've been that guitar man from Central Park. It's a very unique life. It's crazy, actually. I've said this a million times, but you just can't live the life that I live in the 21st century or in the 20th century. We read Chaucer and we read, books about traveling troubadours back in, the medieval days and traveling minstrel shows, right? And just musicians or artists that would go from town to town and write songs and sing them for people and tell stories and tell tales. And the fact of the matter is, since the first day that I showed up in Central Park with a guitar and 4 or 5 people sitting on that grassy little hill that turned into 300, 400 people the first day, I've been a fiercely independent singer-songwriter and playwright. And I have not had a pay stub job in almost 30 years. It's a very unique, and I gotta say, challenging, sometimes difficult, but always beautiful and amazing life. It just is. And so this is the first time in almost 30 years that I am not that guitar man from Central Park. And you know what? Just before getting going today, a word, sometimes I'll write down little notes of things that maybe pop into my consciousness that I want to share. And the word that kept popping up was perfect. Now, I know the United States of America right now is a shit show. It just is. we've got surrealism in the White House for the past 3.5 years. We've got, and that fact has brought all of the ugliness and laid it bare for us to all see. And yet, it's a perfect opportunity for the good guys to be good guys, you know? We'll talk about that a little bit more, but I wanted to do this song today. A friend of mine was my Yankee friend. We would go to, 6, 10 Yankee games a year together, and we would sit in the stands, and during a 9-inning Yankee game, you get to talk about a lot of life. And one time, we were sitting there, and she was saying to me, and she's a lawyer by profession, but she was saying to me, with love, that David, it's fine to be a dreamer, but you're not a kid anymore, and maybe you want to start thinking more practically about things, more realistically about things in your life. And I actually consider all of the things that my friends say, and so I was thinking about what she had said, and this song was the result. If you've heard this song that I've written, and you know the lyric, or any lyric just happens to pop out at you, chat it with me, all right? Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, 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 yes. A friend suggested I start thinking of a new way to live and look for love besides the life she's heard in the songs I've sung. She said that I should finally face the truth about some things I'm chasing. Unrealistic dreams are for the young. She said in every life there comes a time we just give in and we try to find security like everybody else. And that slight shift in your mentality toward a little more practicality might make a world of difference, mister. Have you asked yourself, will you always be contented, living one day at a time? If you reach the end and add them up and just end up with a smile, if all your wildest dreams and fantasies don't ever make a dime, will all the time that you spent dreaming seem worthwhile? So I looked inside and the answer came back, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, 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 yes. I've been living like there's a river flowing through my life, as if I know when I jump in I'm given all I need. And when I really choose to pay attention and let go with no apprehension, I never know where that river's gonna lead. I've been led to some amazing places. I've met new friends with shining faces, found a chance to grow in every day. 'Cause every hurt or unexpected kiss, every new song makes every day like this a treasure kept forever that no man can take away. So when you see me in the sunshine, playing music for the world, sharing songs and silly stories, standing barefoot while I play, sometimes I'll see my love songs landing on some angel of a girl who's got a smile I know I'll never see again after today. Just say that there's a man who's really living one day at a time. If I reach the end and add them up and just end up with a smile, if all my wildest dreams see, don't ever make a dime. All the time that I spent dreaming was worthwhile. 'Cause I looked inside and the answer came back, yes. The answer came back, yes. The answer came back, yeah, 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 yes. The answer's always yes. The answer comes back, yes. The answer's always yeah, 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 yes. Oh, listen, if anybody's wondering what everybody's talking about with the postcards thing, when this pandemic hit, I was already doing live streaming, and when it hit, the live streaming we were doing, It's Just Us, believe it or not, It's Just Us was a private gig for the patrons at Patreon. And what people would do is, on my off days that I'm not in Central Park, and for everybody in Europe or across the country that, can't get to Central Park, on Sunday we would do a gig and just hang out together. But when the pandemic hit, I asked all of the subscribers, all of the patrons, if it was $5 a month or $100 a month. There are people who just support this. And I asked them all, is it okay if we open it up for the general public? Because people are going to need something to do, especially at the beginning. We were all locked in our homes, and which we actually should still be for the most part. But and all of the beautiful people that are patrons said, go ahead, open it up. And so 3 times a week, we were doing this for the general public. But now, on Sundays, we're back to our private gig. And on Sundays, I'm streaming, but you guys can, and we're using the same technology. We're using the same, so the sound is great and the audio is great. But everybody in the audience, in the group, in the hang, everybody can see each other, and we can unmute, and we can laugh, and we can clap, and we even took a stab at singing together last week, which was hysterical. But it's very cool. And last week, Gretchen, I asked Gretchen to tell a story about what she was doing during the shows, because you can have that on, and you can do something else. You can make dinner, you can be ironing, you can do whatever, while I'm hanging out. And she came up with this idea. She's writing postcards. Show up tomorrow. Well, actually, become a patron. Go to my website, or if maybe Sean or somebody can post the link to become a patron, then every Sunday you can join us and be in that private thing. Let's see. When you go to my website, there's a link to join us, and you'll go to patreon.com, and it says there's different levels. If you read carefully, everybody gets the same everything. It's just whatever you can afford. I think $100 a month sounds like a lot, but there are 12 shows, so it comes out to $8 a gig. $8 a show, is $100 a month. So, and for $5 a month, what is that, like 12 cents? 12 cents, 8 cents a show. So anyway, Gretchen explained that, and she can explain it again tomorrow. Hey, Jan is here for, now we got Pennsylvania covered. Oh, what's going on, Bob? Oh, well, Sean is there to help Bob, whatever's going on. I'll tell you what, let's do this, because I do want to share something that's brand new, really brand new with you guys. I shared it kind of on Wednesday, but it's really kind of interesting. Oh, and by the way, I've also always talking about how lucky I am that that I make my living, and I do with what my life. You know, I mean, my life is playing music and painting pictures or whatever. You know, writing. That I've never really hurt my hands, and I was a basketball player, and well, this week I was sharing about that like last week, and this week down in the laundry room, something was going on, and this is going to sound so silly, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. And so I cut my finger, and it's a tiny little, just a little cut right on that finger. But you see the angle of that cut and the finger that it's on? If I make a bar chord, the string slides right into that cut. And it's not pleasant. So what I did was I put some new skin on it just before the gig, and then wrapped it up with one of these things. And it's only on bar chords, and I just played Yes, which is bar chord heavy. Absolutely cool. No pain whatsoever. So we're good. Let's do this. For anybody, well, maybe I'll wait until Bob Bard gets back. Because would you guys let me know when, let's do another song. But you guys let me know when Bob gets back, because Bob is in Arizona, and I don't think he's ever seen... Oh, and Debbie in Colorado. You've never seen what we do together, everybody in the chat room. And I'm thinking about a new project for all of us to do, which is really kind of cool. So let me do another song. Let's do this summer song. What's going on, Bob? Do you got an audio thing? Are you only getting it? This is in stereo, but we're actually just sending the same exact feed to both things. So if you think you're missing out on something in stereo, I don't know what's going on, but Sean will help you fix it. And if you're on a Mac, sometimes in the sound settings, you go into your preferences, things will just mute, or the balance will just move all the way to one side, all by itself. The little people do that, so go check your preferences too. Sometimes it's just as simple as the sound thing did something by itself. Hi, Denise. Well, the sun is beating down on the pavement. Money in the bank, I ain't gonna save it. Jenny, come by. Hope that she makes it. Jenny's coming by. I sure hope that she makes it. It's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. There's a party next door, it sounds like it's cooking. I poke my head up over the wall to take a look in. It was a five-piece band, and they were really rocking. Oh, it looked like some kind of family reunion. Hey, hey, it's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. Yeah, Willie, it's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. Well, the summer heat got me feeling kind of lazy. The air is warm and the sky is hazy. People getting down, getting crazy. Oh, people getting down, getting stupid, getting crazy. Hey, hey, it's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. It's a summertime thing. Big solo. Ask your dad for the keys to the Honda. And can your sister come along? How could she not wanna? We put the Beach Boys on. I wanna hear Help Me Rhonda. We put the Beach Boys on. I wanna hear Help Me Rhonda. Yeah, we'll roll down the side. We drive to the Delta. Take off all our clothes and jump into the river. Ain't nobody around, nobody gonna see us. No, take off all our clothes, jump into the river. Hey, hey, it's a summertime thing. 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 Yeah. Yeah, we'll roll down the side and drive to the Delta. Take off all our clothes and jump into the river. It's a summertime thing. Okay, I saw that Bob is back. I hope that you figured out your, worked out that whatever audio stuff was going on. If not, Debbie in Colorado, check this out. I know for a fact, I don't know for a fact, but I pretty much do, that everybody in the chat room right now, which, by the way, I can't see. Again, I have to wait for Brandon to get back from his vacation. Brandon is the guy who sits in when Sean. We pay Brandon. He is now a producer and co-pilot chair. He's the tech guy behind the curtain, but he's on vacation with his family. He's got a wife and a little 5-year-old daughter, and they went on vacation, so he's not here. So Sean is the tech guy in the lifeguard chair today. Oh, there we go. That's exactly, Nancy, that's exactly what I was going to ask. There's 38 of us. I can't figure out, I can't see how many people are in Facebook and how many people are in YouTube. I saw that Laura Donna is in Facebook. So if, Laura Donna, if you're watching in Facebook and I can't see your comments, if you're making any comments, and you usually are. Anyway, you can always just click that link that's pinned to the top and come over to YouTube. That goes for anybody in Facebook right now. Just hit the link and head over to YouTube. It's the same gig. It's just... was the headphones. All right, cool, man. All right, so then listen. For Bob and one of the things that we do, and Brandon, who is being the tech guy, he's producing now a lot of online stuff for a lot of musicians, a lot of people, especially like in the folk world, which I'm kind of on the bubble of that world. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of artists, and I work with artists that are real, genuine folk musicians. I don't know what the fuck I am, but he's doing a lot of that stuff, and he said he hasn't seen anybody doing what we're doing. And what that is that idea that we had almost by accident, that I'll just do a song live, and you guys shoot video of you singing and dancing with it, and then send them to me, and we will create a recorded live video. It's very cool, and I have a feeling now that Brandon is working with these other guys, other artists are going to start doing it, but we started it. And not only did we do it for fun, but the last one we did, the most recent one we did, was to actually make a point to Trump supporters, to those small-minded, the small-minded among us, who refuse to wear a mask during a global pandemic because freedom, I don't know. But the idea was, like, for me, I can walk down the street and wear a mask, and some Trump supporter, some MAGA type, can look at me thinking, I'm afraid, or I'm a follower, or I do what I'm told, or whatever they want to think, and that's okay. None of those are the reason I'm wearing a mask. I choose to wear a mask during a global pandemic. And I think that's the case for every single person in the chat room. So what we did was, I wrote a song, and it's pretty much in your face. It just is. So what you can do is, I'll share it with you now, and I'll make the link available, or maybe Sean will put the link to the actual YouTube channel link in the chat room, so you can copy it and send it to all of your Trump supporter relatives that are refusing to wear a mask. But this is what we did, and it's really very cool. Check this out. Oh, and if you're in it, give yourself a shout. Say, hey, that's me. That's my mask. That's me. One, two, three, go ahead. Believe it or not, I'm not doing this because I like it. Believe it or not, it's not 'cause somebody told me to. Believe it or not, it's not that I decided not to fight it. Believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. Believe it or not, I'm not making some kind of statement. Believe it or not, I'm not a pillar of society. Believe it or not, it's not for my own entertainment, but whatever you believe isn't up to me. Yeah, you can take it or leave it. I just thought it might be worth a shot, but I don't really care if you believe it or not. Believe it or not, I don't do things 'cause all my friends do. Believe it or not, I'm not a fan of conformity. Believe it or not, I'm not intending to offend you, but whatever burns your ass isn't up to me. Tell 'em, Chris. it's not the way I would have planned it. Believe it or not, I'm a man who rarely does what he's told to do. Believe it or not, I don't believe you'll even understand it. But believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm doing this for you. You know, we're all doing this for you. Kind of cool, right? Because believe it or not, we're doing this for you. And whether you think, whatever you think, it doesn't matter, we're still doing this for you. Today, I'm going to get back to doing, for a while, I was featuring another songwriter, another singer-songwriter. And on Sundays, when we do our private gig, I feature live artists. Like last week, George Wurzbach. Where is he? Yeah. Last week, George was our guest. And the cool thing about the Sunday gig is that we can share the screen, and then and we can talk about music, talk about songwriting, whatever, while all you guys are there. You guys can ask questions, you can make comments, and then I disappear, and Brandon gives George the entire screen, and he plays his songs. And it's very, very cool. A week from tomorrow, Christine Lavin is going to be the next guest. And I think the week after that, it might be, I didn't see Amy or Ken or Jessica in the chat room yet, but it might be Jessica from Austin, Texas, because Jessica just won some kind of an award for her song that she sang for us in Central Park last summer. So I don't know yet, but everything is. There are so many things that are possible. Oh, but one of the things I want to get back to is that today, in a little bit, my guest is going to be Gordon Lightfoot, and we're going to do some Gordon Lightfoot songs, because I think he's one of those guys that a lot of people, a lot of you love his music, and he's not the first name that pops into mind very often. But I want to share two things first. The first thing is, speaking of Christine Lavin, last week, she asked me, now Chris is such a generous artist. And I really mean this, I'm not kidding. Sometimes I think she thinks more about her colleagues, other people's careers, than her own, which might be a flaw, but she's constantly thinking about opportunities for other artists. And she was approached by a guy who puts together a Christmas album every year for folk DJs across the country, whether they're on regular broadcast radio or now everybody's streaming, or both. Willie probably listens to, like down here in New York, there's WFUV, which used to be a cool little island that was, just like for that folk singer-songwriter community, but they got really kind of commercial. But WFUV is largely just independent artists, and that's not true anymore. But, folk, not mainstream stuff. And there are radio stations like that across the country. And this guy puts together a collection of Christmas music every year. He's been doing it for years. So he asked Chris if she had anything to contribute, and she hadn't written anything new. So she said, well, let me ask David if he would be a part of it. So there's a Christmas song that I never really recorded. And it, as it turned out, again, just I invented for myself the Church of I don't know. Like, people will say that it's, you know, the universe, or it's this or it's that. I don't know. But this song that I wrote, that when she asked me to do this last week, and she said, there's a deadline, you got to have it by the following week. It turns out, as I pull this song out, and I think, I'll send it to George, I'll send it to Chris, I'll send it to Dan, and then I'll give them this song. I'm thinking about it. It's like the perfect, again, with the word that started this gig, it's the perfect song, holiday song, for a pandemic, when people have to be socially distanced or quarantined. And I wrote it years ago, but Chris asks me this year, 2020, if I have a song, and this one is just perfect. So as I started the recording, George, of course, was the first one to send me these tracks, and I laid them in, and my heart is melting. It's just beautiful. Yesterday, Chris Tedesco sent his violin tracks. As I listened to it, I heard more possibilities for a string section I could put underneath Chris. Then I get an email from Dan Paccioni, our bass player, and he says, I'm on my way back from Nova Scotia, but I'll have it to you by the weekend. So now I'm waiting on Dan's bass tracks. And so what I want to do with you guys right now, again, for the first time anywhere, and I don't even have a count-off, so I'm just going to have to play along with the guitar that's on there. But I really want you guys to tell me if this speaks to your heart, okay? Because even though I wrote it, it speaks to mine. And I think maybe this song was just waiting for 2020. Oh, this is that song. Hi, Jackie. Hi, David. This is that song. In fact, David Jacobs was saying he's really fascinated by the craft of songwriting, and I think a lot of you guys are. I am. I am. I wish I understood my process. I don't, and I'm okay with that. But this song just happened to be the perfect song for this year. I'm going to play this for you guys, all right? Please, maybe crank the volume. Sit back. If you're drinking a glass of wine, take a sip. If you're drinking a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, take a sip. And this is a new Christmas song. The fire is not as warm as it should be, and the night is much too silent this year, and there's no reason to go to Central Park in the snow. You're not in my arms this Christmas. This whole city is not as pretty as it could be. It used to sparkle like the stars when you were here. Now all the colored lights down Broadway just don't shine the same way. You're not in my arms this Christmas. This season, there's no reason for trimming a tree. There's no angel in my home if you're not there. There'll be no candles glowing, no mistletoeing, miles between us, knowing we should be Christmas Eving together. And George. Chris Tedesco. Wow. Just missing us kissing outside in the cold. We would keep each other warm with just a smile. But now my aching heart's breaking with the thought of waking up Christmas morning without you beside me. But Christmas night will be exciting, as it should be, 'cause the fire will burn brightly when you're here. Then hand in hand we'll both go through Central Park in the snow. When you're in my arms next Christmas, please be in my arms. What do you think? Oh, I just, you know what? And so, I got to share something. Hi, Arlene. It does sound specifically like it was written for this year, right? I guess it was. Now, again, I'm not a new agey kind of guy. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are and who understand the spiritual world better than I do, I understand that this is some kind of special day for Ganesh, who is a Hindu deity. Is that true? And I have a prayer that I've composed to Ganesh, and I'll share it with you now. It just goes, "Stop fucking around, Ganesh." I don't know if it works, but that's my prayer for Ganesh. But isn't it something? This is here's something that's kind of, again, just freaky, and maybe it's because maybe there's nothing spiritual at all. Maybe it's just that over the course of 24 hours, there are billions of tiny occurrences. And so the odds are some of them are going to appear to be coincidences or messages or signposts. Maybe it's just math, maybe it's just mathematics. Or maybe there really is maybe they are signposts. Maybe they are little tiny miracles. Maybe, I don't know. But here's something I got to share with you. Last couple of weeks ago, we did our special show for Sid Bernstein on his birthday, right? It was Sid's birthday. He would have been 102 years old. Sid is the man who brought the Beatles to America, right? We all know that. We did the whole show about Sid, and specifically about my relationship, my dear friendship with Sid, and how many of you guys knew him from Central Park, and what a remarkable guy he was. So we did the whole show, right? Now, Sid, when I first met him, he was in his 80s, early 80s, and maybe late 70s. I don't know, but he was getting up there. He died when he was 95, so we knew each other for a long time. But when I first met him, he was aching for grandchildren. And when his first grandchild was born, I was we were all so happy for Sid. And his daughter named their son Jude, right? And so that next December, naturally, the big cover song at Merkin Concert Hall had to be Hey Jude, because Sid was at every one of those concerts. So we did Hey Jude, and everybody, 500 people in the Kaufman Center, we all sang Hey Jude at the top of our lungs. We got out of our seats. Everybody was singing. It was great. And, okay, so last week we do this tribute. And I'm showing videos of Sid, and I'm playing old interviews, and Mama Allie, you see, tomorrow we'll highlight your box because you can tell this to the private group tomorrow. Allie tells me that she has an iPhone. And for absolutely no reason, the night that I did that gig, her iPhone, all by itself, turned on and started to play, not Carolina in My Mind, not She Loves You, Hey Jude. It just started playing it. Now, I don't know, out of the trillions of songs ever written, why an iPhone would pick that song and just turn on and start playing it is pretty remarkable. Okay. Well, this week, I get asked by Christine Lavin do I have a Christmas song? It's fucking August. It's 90 degrees out today. Do I have a Christmas song? Yes, I do. I pull it up. I send it to George. I send it to Chris. They're all available. They all send me these amazing tracks. It's just beautiful. My heart is melting. I'm going, and it's the perfect song for this year. Yesterday, my sister, I have 4 sisters. They were all remarkable women. But my older sister, Susan, who's always sending me little thoughtful things, she sends me a face mask that on it says, "There will be an answer, let it be," right? With a little image of a guitar on it, right? But in the envelope, she sends me a random photo of my mom and dad from when they didn't have kids. They were probably just married. I'm looking at these two. I think she has to be 20 years old in this photo. And so Susan sends me this mess. This is yesterday. And this random photo, one photo of my parents that she thought I might like to have. Now, Susan has no idea about anything that's going on with this song or this project or anything, right? And she sends me this photo. That's a young Joe Ippolito with his lovely new wife, Irene, standing in front of a Christmas tree. And she is in his arms. And I opened up the envelope, I looked at this, and I was like, what? So just remarkable. Anyway, So that's the new song. Oh, I see that Jessica and Amy are here. We were just talking about you guys. You know what? Let me do this. I was telling these guys that last week our first guest artist was George Wurzbach, right? And we did it for the private hang, and everybody loved it. So George did a bunch of songs, and we talked about songwriting, and it was great, right? So next week is going to be Christine Lavin, and I'm thinking the week after that, maybe Jessica would like to be a guest artist and do a couple of songs for all of you guys from Austin, Texas. She's 14 or 15 now. Are you 15 years old now? My youngest colleague, my youngest fellow songwriter in Austin, Texas. And as of, yesterday or as of this week, Jessica is now award-winning songwriter, Jessica Cohen, because she just won an award for the song that she debuted in Central Park with all of you guys. I gotta play it. This is Jessica Cohen, who just showed up in the chat room, who's got to be a guest when we do our private gig on Sunday.
I was once like you, supposedly alone and afraid. The others felt so too. They said that my edges were frayed, living all alone. No one even bothered to help me. I was so darn prone for people to laugh at me. One fateful day I looked in the mirror and I said to myself, you are a beautiful thing. Hey, don't you change a thing. Just have faith in this world. I see that you're breaking down, wondering if you'll make it to the end. Just have faith in yourself, and you will find yourself, my friend. I know the journey has been rough. I know that our lives have been tough, but as I say, you better believe you are a beautiful thing. Hey, don't you change a thing. Just have faith in this world. Let your true colors shine. They're beautiful and fine. You are a beautiful thing. If you couldn't have faith in this world, I would never reach the stars. I could never be who you are, my friend. But maybe with you by my side I could soar. I am a beautiful thing. Hey, I won't change a thing. Take lessons for the better. We shall make it to the end, and I'll find happiness again. We are two beautiful things. Let's go find our way. Let's go find our way.
All right. Hey, Jessica. And Bob Bard, yes, man, she is. She's a possibility junkie, just like all of you. You know, I was a couple of gigs ago. I mean this. You know. Oh, by the way, hi Duval. Welcome back to New York again. She's here now. Dean is driving back from Ohio, so might be listening right now. But You know, we all throw around words like, you know, miracle, synchronicity, spirituality, and again, you guys know me. I invented the church of I don't know. But I'm going to do a song that we can all chat together, and then I want to do one more thing before we bring out our musical featured artist. By the way, Gretchen, how many postcards have you written so far? And is anybody else writing postcards? See, that's the beautiful thing about doing the Sunday thing. If you're not a patron, would you maybe think about joining us tonight, or even during this show? But maybe tonight, join us, because also, this is the way I'm making a living during this pandemic. I don't know about other artists. I have it better than most artists, but this is how I made my living. It's very unique, and yes, I'm very lucky, and yes, sometimes my rent was in that guitar case. On a weekend, and all these beautiful people. Some people would, drop $1 in the guitar case, and some people would drop a 50. And but all of those people were just. It's a beautiful thing. It proved to me years ago what I'd been saying for years, that money is actually nothing more than dirty paper, except for what it represents. And it can represent a thank you. It can represent what the music is worth to you. Otherwise, it's just dirty paper. And it's also useless unless it's moving. I think Ben Franklin was brilliant, but I disagree with him about a penny saved is a penny earned. A penny saved is essentially worthless unless it's moving, right? Otherwise, it's just a piece of copper. Money has to keep moving. So this is the way I make a living. So if you guys, if you feel like supporting this particular gig, if Sean or somebody posts the PayPal link, you guys can throw the price of a movie ticket at PayPal. Or you can go to Venmo, right? The kids are crazy for the Venmo, and throw some money at this gig. But go to my website. See it there? It's the one in the middle, thatguitarman.com. And join us so that you guys can be in the private gig tomorrow and every Sunday. Because then what could happen is if Jess and Amy are in the gig and I play like that video of Jessica, you guys can actually applaud. You guys can actually ask her questions about how she wrote it. It's just fun. So think about it, about becoming a patron tonight, and then I'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow. Oh, thanks, Sean. Oh, Val in Chicago. And Debbie in Colorado, yes, the postcards for the swing states. That's very cool, 200 of them. God, like our life depends on it. All right, so I want to do one more thing before we bring out our musical guest, our featured artist for today, because he's not live. There's a guy who had been coming out to the Hill in Central Park for as long as I've been out there. I actually met this guy, John, before I was ever that guitar man from Central Park. I used to play acoustic gigs on a 150-year-old schooner that sails out of the South Street Seaport. a double-masted schooner called the Pioneer. It's just an old, beautiful old boat that was originally, I think, used to haul like ore in Pennsylvania on the Delaware River. So it had a flat keel. It was for low, a flat hull. So for shallow water, but it was a beautiful. Actually, Denise would know how big is the Pioneer. So it's a fairly large schooner, and so they would charter it, and law firms and people would charter this boat, and they'd raise the sails, and they would sail around the Statue of Liberty and all around New York Harbor, they'd ask me to play the guitar. So I met John. He was the captain of the Pioneer on several of my first cruises, and we just hit it off. Because he's a man's man. He's a good guy, always smiling. Well, to start off 2020, I was actually at Duval, who is also does these wonderful acting and comedy showcases, and I was at one of those. I guess it was January. And Denise, who was also in the chat room, 102 feet. Hi, Hike America. Who are you? What's your name? And is this your first time here? Anyway, so Denise was at the same showcase, at Duval's showcase, and she had to wait until after the gig, and in the lobby of this theater, while we were waiting to congratulate Duval, she told me that John had been killed in the British Virgin Islands in a boating incident. And it was surreal at the moment, because John was as full of life as any person I've met, just full of life. And even at this moment, as I'm telling you this, it feels like the phone's gonna ring and he's gonna say, putting you guys on. But John was killed, and today is his birthday. John was one of the first patrons. So maybe that's another reason. If you're not a patron, join tonight. Join us tonight. John was a patron and loved this music. He loved you guys. He loved coming to the Hill, sometimes with a different girlfriend every other week, but he wasn't a player. He was a sincere guy. He really was just a sincere man. And I can't believe he's gone. But today is his birthday. So I asked Sailor D, actually, at the time, what would be a nautical, because I'm not a sailor. I said, what would be a nautical thing to say to a dear friend? And she said, fair winds. Fair winds, my friend. So I put together a video with a song that I wrote. If you've never heard this song, if you've lost somebody in your life, if somebody you love has died, and that's true for all of us, I wrote this song for you. And since it's John's birthday today, and I'm talking about him, this song, I know, is absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
Moving through the sorrow, letting go reluctantly, when I thought of each tomorrow that you wouldn't share with me. Well, some said
you're in a better place to help them face the fact that you were gone, that you moved on. But I tell them I know better, because almost from the start I knew there was no better place for you than in my heart. Still they said nothing lasts forever, everything must have an ending like a song. But I know they're wrong, though some may think it's poetry. One amazing truth I've found, in the most real way, you're here today. If I just look around, I saw you here today, and you caught me by surprise. I was hanging with our friends, and I could see you in their eyes. And we all laughed when we remembered things you used to say. And it's okay, 'cause you weren't far away. I saw you here today. Yeah, I remember yesterday, the sunshine and the tears. But nothing good that's in this world completely disappears. So I'm not crazy if I recognize those moments that I still run into you. 'Cause I know it's true. Now it's far from me to understand some plan or grand design. I'm just a small piece of forever in a never-ending line. But I saw you here today, in the circle of our friends, and in the way we tell our stories now. Your story never ends. You took so much love with you, but you left so much behind, that now I find you're not just on my mind. I saw you here today. I know that you're okay, 'cause I saw you here today. I was asked one time, you know, it's so amazing. When I was in high school, I don't think anybody even knew I played the guitar. I was that shy. You know, there would be kids that would bring their guitars to school, you know, and they'd be out on the football field on the bleachers, or sometimes in a circle, you know, in a corner of the cafeteria, singing some, you know, Seals and Crofts and some Eagles, and I would play privately in my room, but the gift of, I was given a guitar when I was 7 years old. 7 years old. So I don't remember really what it's like not to play. And that was it. It just became a part of me. And one of the beautiful, not one of the beautiful, it's just such an amazing part of my life, is that it's led me, it's introduced me to all of you, literally every single one of you, except for maybe, maybe Jackie and David in Florida. I would not know, except for the fact that I'm an artist. And that's why I'm also excited for 14-year-olds like Jess, who are just starting out on this journey. Besides the joy that you'll experience in creating something new and then sharing it with other people, Jess, you're in for a lifetime of meeting people because of that, as the result of that. And I was asked one time, I mean, the New York Times has done several articles about that guitar man from Central Park. I'm a kid from East Meadow, Long Island. It's, it's taken me to some remarkable places. And one time I was being interviewed on a radio. I don't remember what radio station it was. And whoever was doing the interview asked me my favorite songs that I've ever written. And this is years ago, so it was before a lot of these songs were written. But I had written Here Today. And I said, I can't pick one, but I love City Song because I love New York City, and I'm glad I wrote that song because it's an Ira Gershwin-like effort. And I love Crazy on the Same Day because I love the attitude. It's me. But I think the closest I've come to ever putting a truth in a song is Here Today. And on John's birthday, it's true. He's here today. And not in a spiritual, ghosty way. We're talking about him. And we're smiling when we look at his photos. So, before I bring out our featured artist, Gordon Lightfoot, let's all chat this together, all right? The song I just mentioned, all right? And then we'll all make room for Willie. I hope you guys never get tired of this song, because I don't, even though I wrote it. So long, Val. See you tomorrow in the private chat. See Valerie in Chicago. She's a patron. She said you woke up feeling frightened, senses heightened, overwhelmed, lost and alone, a little overwrought until you finally thought that you drop it on and pick up the phone. And I didn't do nothing but really listen to everything you had to say, till I knew that you'd be okay. The next week it was my turn. I was in a slow burn about something or nothing at all. I don't even remember, but I remember I was hurting, so I gave you a call. And you didn't do nothing but really listen to everything I had to say, till you knew that I'd be okay. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the cover. Hey, cute Judy B, we're just all lucky that it works that way. Chat it. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. And in the back of a taxi, I heard talk radio, one of those shows people call when they want to know what life's about. A big fat mouth is at a mic going on and on about who's out to get you if you don't watch out. It's funny, but the phony probably makes a lot of money to create a little panic every day. But I think I found a better way. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. I think we're all just lucky that it works that way. You guys chat it. The same for one another. 'Cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. We're just damn lucky that it works that way. And thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Karen, little harmony, on the same day. We're not crazy, crazy on the same day. Big finish. La-dum, da-dum, da-dum, dum. I just saw in the chat room a name that I haven't seen in years. John Crescenda. Jackie, I'm glad he asked you to follow me on Facebook too. I got, John and I connected on Facebook, but it was back during the Iraq War. And I like John Crescenda. He's just a big, gentle giant of a guy. But back then, we felt very differently. We had very different worldviews. And, but with John, and this is back during the Bush administration, and it's back during a different time. But I explained, very civilly how I felt about the concept of a preemptive war, about throwing the first punch, and he felt very differently. But we had a very civil conversation. Two men sharing completely different worldviews. And we kind of parted ways, but we left it at that. Again, very civil, very respectful. Today, because I like John Crescenda, I wouldn't want to connect with him just completely out of fear that he might be a Trump supporter. I feel that way about several people because I can't be civil anymore. This is a completely different universe. It's a completely different world. It's a completely different reality than that. The election of Donald Trump right away, for me, went beyond politics. It went beyond worldview. It went beyond policy. It spoke directly to character. And so, Jackie, if you're still in touch with John, tell him I said hi. But we'll leave it at that. But isn't that amazing? Yeah, I just can't. I said, I think today on social media, just a way of venting, I said, when it comes to Trump supporters, I alternate between two emotions. Genuine pity. I feel genuinely sorry for anybody who lives in that mindset, who lives in that world. I do. But alternately, I'm filled with abject disgust by that mindset, by that worldview. It disgusts me. So, I think I don't know that John is a Trump supporter, but I'd be afraid because I did genuinely like the guy. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a featured artist. You wanna? There we go. Oh, wrong side. This is Gordon Lightfoot, a very young Gordon Lightfoot. Gordon Lightfoot now is probably about 103 years old. But let's do some Gordon Lightfoot songs. the valley comes a horseman, wild and free, tilting at the windmills passing. Who can the brave young horseman be? He is wild, but he is mellow. He is strong, but he is weak. He is cruel, but he is gentle. He is wise, but he is me. Reaching for his saddlebag, he takes a battered book into his hand. And standing like a prophet bold, he shouts across the ocean to the shore, till he can shout no more. I have come on Morin Mountain like a hawk upon the wing. I was once a shining knight who was the guardian of a king. I have searched the whole world over, searching for a place to sleep. I have seen the strong survive, and I have seen the lean grow weak. See the children of the earth who wake to find the table bare. See the gentry in the country riding off to take the air. Reaching for his saddlebag, he takes a rusty sword into his hand. Then striking up a knightly pose, he shouts across the ocean to the shore, till he can shout no more. The jailer with his key who locks away all trace of sin. See the judge upon the bench who tries the case as best he can. See the wise and wicked ones who feed upon life's sacred fire. See the soldier with his gun who must be dead to be admired. See the man who tips the needle, see the man who buys and sells, sees the man who puts the collar on the ones who dare not tell. See the drunkard in the tavern, stemming gold to make ends meet. See the youth in ghetto black, condemned to life upon the street. Reaching for his saddlebag, he takes a tarnished cross into his hand. Then standing like a preacher now, he shouts across the ocean to the shore. And in a blaze of tangled hooves, he gallops off across the dusty plain. In vain to search again, no one else will hear. Through the woodland, through the valley, comes a horseman wild and free, tilting at the windmills passing. Who can the brave young horseman be? He is wild, but he is mellow. He is strong, but he is weak. He is cruel, but he is gentle. He is wise, but he is me. David in New Jersey tells me that Gordon is only 81. Okay, I have no idea. But I figured David in New Jersey would know. David is the guy that always sends me something about 10 minutes before airtime telling me whose birthday it is or who died that day. So Gordon Lightfoot, you can rely on that. Gordon is 81 years old. Won't be 103 for quite some time. Let's do another song. I bet you a lot of you didn't know that. That last song is called Don Quixote. I love that song. I've always loved that song. Reaching for his saddlebag, he takes a rusty sword into his hand. Just picture Don Quixote. This song actually made the charts, so you guys will remember this. Chat along with me if this song brings back any memories. Probably when I was in high school, this song was on the radio. read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts would tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet, you know that ghost is me. I won't ever be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts would tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sell. When you reach the part where the heartache comes, the hero would be me. But heroes often fail, and you won't read that book again because the ending just too hard to take. I'd walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter number 2, a movie queen to play the scene of bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. I never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. Bringing back memories. You could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts would tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well. In a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. But the story always ends. And if you read between the lines, you'll know that I'm just trying to understand the feeling that you lack. Never thought I could act this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone, and I just can't get it back. There's a house on a hill by a worn down weathered old mill in the valley below where the river winds. There's no such thing as bad times in the soft southern flame. Oh, Cotton Jenny's her name, and she picks me up when the sun goes down and the wheels of love go round. Love goes round. Love goes round. Love goes round. A joyful sound. I ain't got a penny on Cotton Jenny to spend, but then the wheels go round. When a new day begins, I go down to the Cotton Gin and I make my time worthwhile for them. And I climb back up again, and she waits by the door. Oh, Cotton Jenny, I'm sore, and she rubs my feet till the sun goes down, and the wheels of love go round. Love goes round. Love goes round. Love goes round. It's a joyful sound. I ain't got a penny on cotton candy to spend, but then the wheels go round. In the hot, sickly South, where they say, well, shut my mouth, I will never be free from the cotton grind. But I know I got what's mine in a soft southern flame. Oh, Cotton Jenny's her name, and she picks me up when the sun goes down. And the wheels of love go round, love goes around. Love goes round, love goes around. It's a joyful sound. I ain't got a penny on cotton candy to spend, but then the wheels go round. The wheels go round. The wheels go round. Debbie in Colorado says that's one of her favorites. I'm amazed how many people don't know the song Cotton Jenny. That's so cool, because I don't think, you know where I heard Cotton Jenny? I had an 8-track tape that was a double album called Gord's Gold. And there were songs on that. I fell in love with that entire album. But the thing about 8-track tapes was they were probably one of the stupidest inventions of the 1980s, or late 1970s. I don't know when they were invented, but the idea of the 8-track tape was, I always say, you bought your favorite, 8-track, and you popped it into your 8-track tape player in your car, right? And it had a life expectancy of about 2 weeks before it would be like, if you could read more, and you would go, oh, no, and you would pull it out, and it would go, because it was wrapping around the thing, and then you would carefully take the tape out of the 8-track player, and you would take it home like a big pile of ribbon, and you would take, the first time you ever took a butter knife and cracked one of those things open to fix your favorite tape, and you opened it up and you looked inside and you went, this could not possibly work. It would wrap around the outside, and then the tape would come out of the middle, and it was just, and then remember because there were 8 tracks, there were 4, a stupid idea. On a 1/4-inch magnetic tape, there were 4 stereo tracks. So that was 8 tracks, and sometimes the heads wouldn't line up, so you'd be hearing one song with just half of a track of the next song. They were awful. But that's where I heard Cotton Jenny. It was on that album. Oh, there was a song on there called Canadian Railroad Trilogy. I should pull that out. Man, it's a long song. It's a trilogy about the Canadian Railroad the tracks being laid down across Canada. But I loved that song. You know what? Let's do this. Because listen, it's Saturday and I got nothing else to do, and we don't have to worry about streaming hours anymore since we left Crowdcast. So if you guys are good, again, I know these things go on for a long time, so don't ever feel guilty about leaving. But you can always leave and come back, or just leave, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. But I'm going to play some more songs. You guys that aren't patrons, yes, I'm appealing to you guys because this is how I'm making my living. And tomorrow on the one we call "It's Really Just Us" because it's private. We're gonna talk about the Something Annual year-end concert. That's the big concert I do every December, and we've done them for 100 years. And as soon as Radio City canceled the Spectacular this year, that was confirmation. That was the nail in the coffin. It was like, okay, we're not going to be able to do that gig at the Kaufman Center, and it's something that I love, and it's something the whole band loves. George and Chris and Teresa and Dan and Ryan. We look forward to it every year. This year, it ain't happening in the way it always has. So tomorrow on It's Really Just Us, we'll talk about possibilities. I understand that Duval has a relationship with the manager of the Triad Theater on West 72nd Street. And that, for a couple of reasons, is probably the venue that I'm looking at to do something really special with all of you. Whether you live in New York City or you live in, Colorado or Arizona or the Netherlands or England, I think the Triad might be the venue for this thing, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. In the meantime, before we do a couple more Gordon Lightfoot songs, let me share with anybody who's new another example of what we all do together. All of you guys in the chat room live when we put this stuff together, because this was just fun. And in this video, I actually indicated where a lot of you live. So if you see yourself in this, just say, hey, that's me. And if you feel like it, right now, get out of your chair and dance. All right, so anyway, so you get the idea. It's perfectly okay to just get up and dance, all right? I don't care if you're dancing in your living room. I don't care if you're dancing on your roof. I don't care if you're dancing on the couch. I don't care. If you're dancing in your underwear, that's a bonus. So you guys ready? You gonna dance? Right now, there's somebody in the Netherlands. There's somebody in Brazil. There's somebody in Maine. There are people in Pennsylvania, and I didn't see West Virginia. There's Mr. Robbie is in Switzerland. There's people all up and down the island of Manhattan in New York. There's a guy in Jersey. There's Jan is in Pennsylvania. You guys ready? You can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love. Or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle neath your skin. Kept on the inside, no sunlight, sometimes the shadows win. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Dance, honestly, I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. I wanna see you, I just wanna see you, wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Dance. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy. Full of all the fear and then disappearing, bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall Yeah! There we go. They can quarantine our asses, right? But they can't stop us from dancing. That was so cool. That's cool, right? By the way, guys, I just had a big old chunk of dark chocolate. So I'm rejuvenated and ready to go. I refilled my iced coffee. Hi, Holly. Holly, did you just get here? It's got to be 1:00,000 in England right now, right? What time is it there? Is it like midnight? Oh, listen. Can you guys all again? Now this is a favor, and it's just practical. But now that you've all met Brandon, he loves you guys, by the way, genuinely, and he loves what we're doing here. He does, again, like I said, he hasn't seen another musician doing exactly what we're doing, even with these like videos that we're creating, and but through the goodness of all the patrons' hearts, we opened it up. Like today, it's free for everybody. And if you can't afford it, every single Wednesday and every single Saturday at 4 Eastern, New York time, it's free. So don't feel bad about showing up for the free ones. But again, this is how I'm making a living for the duration of the pandemic. If you're watching this for free, and you want to be in our private gigs tomorrow, would you join Patreon tonight? Just go to my website, thatguitarman.com, and you'll look at it. You'll see a banner that says "Join Us," and then when you get to the Patreon website, it's very, very self-explanatory. In fact, each of these tiers, a lot of people think you have to pick one, but each one of those tiers, if you read closely, it can, like the $5 one, you can put in your own level, anywhere from $5 to $25. You can make it $15 a month if you feel like it. And after the $25 one, you can make it any amount you want. You can make it $50 a month. You can make it $75 a month. Whatever you feel like. And for me, that's important because everybody gets the same shit. Nobody gets anything special for $100 a month or $5 a month. It really is what it's worth to you. You know, like I said, at $5 a month, I think it comes out to 8 cents a show. And at $100 a month, it's like $8 a show. You know, so whatever you can do. Oh, Jackie's eating dark chocolate too. All right. So actually, everybody that's eating chocolate right now, just put it in the chat room. And Trisha is here from Nashville. Are you guys just showing up now because you picked a good gig to show up this late? We've been at this now for 2 hours. And but I'm in a mood where the Major League Baseball is a clusterfuck this year. It's always, I'm a Yankees fan and I'm a baseball fan, but I always tell people, baseball, all sports, it's in the toy department of life. You know, guys that take it so seriously, I know it's a billion-dollar industry, but you know what? There is nothing of any importance happening on any field. And that's one of the beautiful things, is that it's a bunch of grown men playing a little boy's game. But this year, it's so bizarre. They really should just shut the whole fucking thing down. It's for a couple of reasons. But anyway, so the Yankees and Mets this weekend, canceled because the Mets tested positive for COVID-19. It's a mess. And so Trisha and Holly, if you guys just showed up, and Denise is walking back from the store right now with a pint of chocolate ice cream. Oh, I'm loving this. Willie still got some chocolate birthday cake left. Very cool. So anyway, if you guys feel like it, I'm going to hang out some more. Because there's no baseball game on, and it's Saturday, and I can't be in Central Park, so let's just hang. Let's do some more. Do a couple of more Gordon Lightfoot songs, maybe. But Allie asked me to do a song that I really shouldn't get away with on an acoustic guitar, but I love the song. Standing on a corner at midnight, trying to get my courage up. There was this long, lovely dancer in a little club downtown. Loved to watch her do her stuff. Through the long, lonely nights, she filled my sleep, her body softly swaying to that smoky beat down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. And the pool halls, the hustlers and the losers used to watch them through the glass. I stand outside at closing time just to watch her walk on past. Ah, youth. Unlike all the other ladies, she looked so young and sweet as she made her way along down that empty street, down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. Ooh. Sometimes even now, when I'm feeling lonely and beat, I drift back in time and I find my feet down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. Down on Main Street. Ah, youth. Ah, youth. Let me do a, oh, David Jacobs. Jake Geo. Yesterday, in fact, I think it was yesterday. What is today? Saturday? No, must have been Wednesday. Days are totally meaningless to me now. But we were doing something, and I think in the chat room, all I saw was David said, perhaps some Billy Joel, and this song popped into my head. I had never done this song ever in Central Park. Why? I don't know. The favor I was going to ask you guys. If you're not a patron, would you become a patron tonight? Just join us tonight for, $5 a month or $100 a month, whatever you can afford, or anywhere in between. Just would you join us tonight and then show up tomorrow or next Sunday? But every Sunday, you can just show up in our private gig. But if you are a patron already, and I mean this sincerely, this is a genuine ask. Would you do your best, if you enjoy this and you're having a good time doing this 3 times a week, and especially if you had a good time last Sunday when George was the special musical guest, and you're looking forward to having new artists, not just me, Jessica, Christine Lavin, Cassie Kubinski, Mark Aaron James. I'm going to ask all these guys to be musical guests. Maybe we'll ask Peter Yarrow. Maybe we'll ask Jeff Daniels. Besides being an actor, Jeff Daniels is a singer-songwriter, great guitar player. So maybe we'll ask those guys. But if you're not a patron, would you join tonight and show up tomorrow and let us know? Say, hey, this is my first time in the private gig. Because tomorrow, you're not typing. Tomorrow, we're talking to each other, and we can hear each other. And Gretchen can explain the postcard thing. And Denise can tell us about the Pioneer. It's just very cool. But if you are a patron, please try to get somebody else, a friend, a relative. Try to bring one more person on board and see if you can get them to join and meet you in the chat tomorrow. See if you get, tonight, if you can get one more person to sign up and meet you tomorrow in the chat room. And we'll all welcome them and we'll have a good old time. But because if we don't grow that Patreon group, our own little community, I'm not going to be able to afford paying Brandon. He's on the payroll. I pay this sucker. And it's worth it. You guys have met him. He's a great guy, and he's a good presence to have. So that's my ask. Let's do a Billy Joel song. David is making dinner, so Jackie, you just have to tell him that we did this. They say that these are not the best of times, but they're the only times I'll ever know. And I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own. Seen that sad surrender in my lover's eyes. I can only stand apart and sympathize, for we're always what our situations hand us. It's either sadness or euphoria. And realize that nothing's ever changed. For all our mutual experience, our separate conclusions are the same. Now we are forced to recognize our inhumanities. A reason coexists with our insanity. Though we choose between reality and either sadness or euphoria. We dissipate our energies. Perhaps we don't fulfill each other's fantasies. And thus we stand upon the ledges of our lives with our respected similarities. It's either sadness or euphoria. My song. I wrote this song. Is Rhea here today? Actually, I've played this song so much that a lot of you have got to know it by now. It's a song that describes how I live my life, but it's a song that describes how it's possible for you to live your life no matter what your parents ever said to you, no matter what your friends say to you, no matter what society says to you, no matter what your teachers ever said to you. It's completely possible for you to live your life this way starting now. Because sounding like the inside of a Snapple cap is something that I've been doing for years, but it's absolutely true. Today is the best day of my life. Whether it's a great day or whether it's a shitty day, it's the best day of my life. Why? Because it's the only fucking day of my life. Every single thing is new from this moment on. Nothing else exists. Nothing else exists. Circumstances are what they are. Everything is in the past. Everything. The beginning of this show is 3 hours in the past. So I love singing this song to describe how I've been living my life and suggesting that it's completely possible for you to live your life this way too, or somewhere in between. Whatever the fuck you want, I don't know. I created the church of I don't know. Some people say the way I live is backwards. They don't know how a full-grown man can live this way. But if people say the way I live is backwards, then I'm aware that I don't care what people say. Some scratch their heads at my determination to live each day the way I truly feel, paying close attention to my own imagination, while imagining the best becoming real. Well, here I am. This is me, trying to live without regret, so you can bet that what you get is what you see. 'Cause what we hold as true isn't always what it seems. gets made in my dreams. Everything originates in a thought. Everything comes from thought. Some people say I live my life like some damn hippie, and that day and age is gone and out of sight. But if a world of peace and love is what those kids were dreaming of, in many ways, those damn hippies had it right. It's not up to me to say that there's a right or wrong way. We're all free to live whatever life we choose. But you'd be mistaken to believe that I am weak or I'm naive. Life is too damn short and there's no time to lose. So here I am, just standing in the light. Einstein said imagination is the strongest thing on earth, and he was right. 'Cause what we hold as true is almost never what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. I truly hope you love your life. Mine was made in my dreams. All right, I'll tell you what. Let me do another Gordon Lightfoot song, and then I have a bunch of songs in my mind that I want to play for you guys, but I'm going to hold off until tomorrow. All right? By the way, tomorrow, because it's private, I can share things that I can't get away with on YouTube and Facebook because of copyright issues. So tomorrow, I want to share with you a clip from a film with Al Pacino that, and I want to do a lot of songs that are based in my feelings about religion, because we're right on the heels of not on the heels, we're right on the doorway of the Republican National Convention, which is just going to be an exercise in absurdity, for so many reasons, but a lot of it has to do with religion, you know, with Christians, with what they call people of faith. I love that. They're people of religion, but they're not people of faith. They have less faith than anybody I know. They're convinced they don't have to wear a mask because Jesus is going to protect them from a virus, but they show up at a fucking bank with a AK-47 rifle because they think somebody's going to stop them from saying Merry Christmas. It's insane, but it's going to be something. So tomorrow we'll do a little bit of religion stuff, but I have a bunch of songs that like kind of popped into my head, and some video clips that we're going to have a lot of fun with tomorrow. But again, you only get to show up if you're a patron, so consider that. So let's do this. Let me do a Gordon Lightfoot song, and then we'll get out of here. We'll hang out in the chat room for a little while. And one of these days, I'm going to put together a detention track that we can use during the YouTube things. But anyway, let's do a Gordon Lightfoot song. Picking up the pieces of my sweet shattered dreams, I wonder how the old folks are tonight. Now her name was Anne, and I'll be damned recall her face. She left me not knowing what to do. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, we've seen better days. The morning after blues, from my head down to my shoe. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Turning back the pages to the times I love best, I wonder if she'll ever do the same. Now the thing that I call living is just being satisfied with knowing I got no one left to blame. Carefree highway, I've got to see you, my old flame. Carefree highway, we've seen better days. The morning after blues, from my head down to my shoe. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Searching through the fragments of my dreams, shattered sleep, I wonder if the years have closed your mind. I guess it must be wanderlust or trying to be free from the good old faithful feeling we once knew. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, you've seen better days. The morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, I've got to see you, my old flame. Carefree highway, you've seen better days. The morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Okay, guys. You know, that song says, knowing I got no one left to blame. This is maybe my second newest song, and then I'll leave you guys. I'll see you guys in detention. This song actually got written with you guys. Oh, and tomorrow, by the way, I'm gonna, if Dan Paccioni sends me his bass track, I'll be mixing that song tonight, the Christmas song. So if you guys show up tomorrow, you might hear very close to the finished product. Yeah, but I mean, I got a lot of work to do, but it's exciting. So I'll share that with you guys again tomorrow. This song was actually written, the process of writing this song, you guys witnessed. I kept coming in with different fragments and different feels and different lyrics. And it's at the point now where I love what this song says. So I'll kind of leave you with this. I wasn't even thinking of this song until I was singing this Gordon Lightfoot song. And he says, the thing that I call living is just being satisfied with knowing I got no one left to blame. Carefree highway, I've got to see you, my old flame. I didn't know, of course, how could I know how long I'd have to live till there was nothing left. Nothing left. on this planet. Before a child becomes aware of people hurting other people. Like all of you, I've had my share. My heart's been broken by a lover. I felt offended by a friend. I've been weighed down by the far too many times that I've been on the other end. When kindness is the challenge, sometimes we all fail the test. But like most people that I've met along the way, I guess I've tried to do my best. Yet some choose to be cruel for their own reasons, reasons I may never see. I let them fade from my existence, 'cause I've reached a place I finally feel free. And here and now, there's nothing left. Now that I've left it all behind, there's nothing left to hold me down. It's weighing on my heart and on my mind. But I didn't know, of course, how could I know how long I'd have to live till there was nothing left, nothing left to forgive. It might seem trite to say we're only human from the moment we arrive, but living this life isn't easy for anyone I know who's still alive. Some choose to specialize in cruelty, choose to wield it like a knife. I let them fade from my existence. Now I'm the one who gets to choose who's in my life. And here and now, there's nothing left. Now that I've left it all behind, there's nothing left to hold me down. It's weighing on my heart and on my mind. But I didn't know, of course, how could I know how long I'd have to live till there was nothing left, nothing left, till there was nothing left, nothing left to forgive. I can't tell you guys how grateful I am that you all hung out here today. Whether Holly came 2 hours late, Debbie from Colorado, if she's still here, you know, hanging out for, this is a long one, 2.5 hours is a long one, but all of you guys, Willie, Jana, I'm so, so, so grateful. You have no idea. You know I love my life. It's hard. Life is hard. The most beautiful things in life are hard. But how lucky am I? I mean, if I have a thought or a feeling like feeling like there's nothing left, like the idea that one human being forgiving another human being, having to forgive someone for being human is laughable. And I get to put it in a song and I get to share it with you guys. And sometimes you guys get to say, yeah, me too. So, and in the practical world, yes, if we want to keep Brandon around, I'm going to need you guys to bring more patrons into the community. All right, so let's think about how to do that. It takes a life to realize what life is all about. And life is all about this moment. I'm here with you. Now that we're through, what secrets did I tell? Did you get to know me well in this moment? How fast these gigs fly. Song after song goes rushing by. I won't pretend that time has been my friend. I bring my songs to sing my songs for you until the end. And as I live these days, I'm grateful for all the ways that brought us here to praise this moment. This moment. How soon, too soon, the seasons fly. I see my life go rushing by. I only hope that time will be your friend. We live a life to live a life of love. I know you see. I'm sure you all agree, 'cause you're hanging out with me. But I only guarantee this moment. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see a bunch of you in detention. Everybody else, seriously, if you're a patron already, it's really just us. At Patreon, that's where I put the link, the Zoom invitation. Again, please don't do me any, I know out of the goodness of your heart, some of you might be impelled to, or compelled to, hey, you know what? I'll put the Zoom link on Facebook so that more people will come. This is just for us. And Brandon told me that if we keep it only on Patreon, that will keep the bad guys from showing up, the Zoom bombers and the spam people and the bad guys. So tonight and tomorrow morning, the Zoom invitation will be there for you guys. But if you join Patreon, you can go to Patreon and get the link, all right? And if you need any instructions or anything, Sean has been helping people out. Sean, thank you so much for jumping into the lifeguard chair today, because it makes my job easier. You know, it makes me able to just hang out while Sean is taking care of the technical stuff and the questions. But you guys all help each other out. Tonight, if you can, just think of a friend and say, hey, would you join this thing and meet me tomorrow? Remember, it's not like they're signing a contract. If they join tonight and they don't like it tomorrow, they can just cancel it. I don't even think they get charged. So anyway, think about it. If you can bring at least one other person. In the meantime, thank you for today. You guys lifted my soul. You filled my heart again. Tomorrow, I'll do the Christmas song. I mean, I have to. Joe and Irene showed up in my mailbox. So, but if Dan sends the, there might be an added element if Dan sends his bass tracks. They might be in my inbox right now. So I'll see you guys in the chat room for a little while, and then back here tomorrow at 4 Eastern. All right. I love you guys. I don't say that lightly. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, you guys, I really want to work out something for detention because we don't have the concern about hours. And if I can work out music to play during detention, then we can hang out in the chat room. But as soon as I end the stream, YouTube shuts off the chat. It will actually, and it gives it about, I think, 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're just cut off. So I really do want to work out some kind of detention because I love hanging out with you guys and chatting in real time instead of waiting 30 seconds. Like now, if I asked a question, I got to wait 30 seconds, but there I can just kind of chat. So I'm going to work out something. In the Zoom thing, I think we can just play whatever we want. But I'll work something out. I'm going to go grab something to drink, but I'll see you guys in detention, all right? I also got to get something to eat, but I'll be right back.
If you're coming on the subway, it's the A or the C. Or coming down Broadway, the 1, 2, or 3. Jump off at the 72nd Street stop. From there, Central Park is just a real short hop through strawberry fields. Head on up to the lake where 1,000 New Yorkers are taking a break. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Roger Bartlett! Mr. Ron Sunshine. Come on along, I see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Lay down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Hey, Jeff Van Nostrand! Play anything from folk to rock and roll. I've been stomping my foot so long I'm digging a hole. But I'll tell you what I've decided to do. If you keep showing up, then I will too. Come on along, I'll see you on Sunday. Come by yourself, or bring your little honey. Sit down in the shade or hang out where it's sunny. You got it made, cause you don't need any money when the people on the hill are singing in Central Park. Dodger, take it again. All right. I used to go against the wind, but that's no way to fly. Flapping my wings, I get no place, no matter how hard I try. But when I just give in and go to where the blowing breeze has planned, you know I find a better place wherever I might land. Some people fly in circles, crying life is so unfair. Convinced that if they're over here, all the good stuff must be over there. Not me, I know there's a vein of gold right where I stand, and I find that if I look wherever I might land. I was always told, and now I finally found, that when I leap and it appears before I hit the ground, I don't spend one day looking back with regret, cause each bridge I burned led to a place that I just as soon forget. Yeah, it was on people look back at their glory days, so much it makes them cry. Some look ahead with fear and dread to things they'll probably never try. Not me, bring it on. 'cause I can handle what's at hand whenever I get to wherever I might